boys and girls, and welcome to today's Read Aloud. Today's story is Strega Nona's Magic Lessons. Story and pictures by Tommy DiPaolo. And this book, unfortunately, got caught in the water for whatever reason, and it's a little bent. I hope that you guys can't see that or it doesn't bother you. Strega Nona's Magic Lessons. Story and pictures by Tommy DiPaolo. Nona, the baker's daughter, was angry. Every day, summer, fall, and winter, spring, she had to get up before the sun to bake the bread. Then, piling the loaves on her head, she went to deliver them. But her work wasn't finished. Rushing back to the bakery, she had to mix the flour and salt and water and yeast and set the dough to rise for tomorrow's bread. So it looks like she really worked a lot. First, she got up early, then she delivered, and then she worked late. Yikes. Don't forget, her father, the baker, would say, to make the cookies and bake the cakes. And remember, Bambolona, to clean up everything spick and span. I'm going to see my friends. And off he would go and sit all day in the square of the little town of Calabria. One day, Bambolona said, "Papa, there is too much work to do. I need some help." "Get up earlier," her father said. "But I get up now before the sun," said Bambolona. "And I'm the last one in town to go to bed." "That's the way things are," her father said, as he went out the door on his way to the square. "And don't forget," he called back, "you have a wedding cake to bake." That did it. Bambolona dusted the flour from her hands and took off her apron. "I'm going to change the way things are," she said. "I'll go see Strega Nona. She's so wise and she'll help me." Well, it doesn't sound to me like this father was very fair. He was kind of being lazy while she did all the work. Yikes. "I think I know how to help you," Strega Nona said after hearing Bambolona's sad tale. "So many people come to see me with their troubles. I could certainly use some help. Why not stay with me and I will teach you my magic?" "Oh, Strega Nona," said Bambolona, "thank you." "We'll start today," said Strega Nona. Now, Big Anthony, who worked around the house and in the garden for Strega Nona, was listening. He was always listening to what other people were talking about instead of working. "Strega Nona," he shouted, running into the house. "Me too. Teach me your magic too." "Oh, would you guys teach the magic to Big Anthony? I'm not sure I would." "Oh, Anthony," Strega Nona said with a smile, "I can't do that. Why don't you go and milk the goat?" Now Big Anthony was the one who was angry. "I'll show Strega Nona," he muttered. "I'll just go to work for the baker now that Bambolona has left." Down the big hill Big Anthony ran. The baker hired him on the spot. "The first thing you must do is mix the dough," the baker told Big Anthony. Put in this much flour, this much salt, this much water, and this much yeast." He looked hard at Big Anthony's smiling face. "Do you understand? The yeast makes the dough rise. Now mix it right away, and by the time I get back at 6 o'clock, the dough will be ready to make into loaves." "Si, signore." "Yes, sir," said Big Anthony. The baker walked out the door and toward the square. I'm not sure I would leave Big Anthony alone. "I'll just look at everything first," said Anthony, poking around. Cookies! He ate one, then another. Cakes! He ate one, then another. Big Anthony ate them all. In fact, he was still eating when the clock in the square struck 4. "Mamma mia," said Big Anthony, "I forgot to mix the dough. It won't rise in time." "Ah, I know. The yeast makes the dough rise. I'll just put in a lot more of that, and the dough will rise much faster." Oh, no. That's not the way it works. "I'll still have time for a nap," he said when he got through. He sat down and promptly fell asleep. Ooh! What a sight the baker saw when he returned. "Out!" shouted the baker. "What's the matter, Big Anthony?" said Signora Rosa. "The baker threw me out. Now I have no job," he answered, "and it's Strega Nona's fault. I never would have left her house if she had only let me learn how to be a Strega." "Silly goose, Signora Rosa. Who ever heard of a man being a Strega?" All of a sudden, Big Anthony's eyes lit up, and off he ran. So a man can't be a Strega. Wonder what he's up to now. To cure a headache, you must fill the bowl with the water, Strega Nona was telling Bambolona. Next, you add a few drops of olive oil. Then you say these magic words. Knock, 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 knock. Strega Nona went to the door. Oh, Strega Nona, said a tall girl standing there. All my life I've wanted to learn your magic. Will you teach me, please? Santo cielo, dear me, said Strega Nona. What is your name, my girl? Antonia, said the girl. Why do you want to learn my magic, Antonia? Strega Nona asked. Oh, so that I can help people, said Antonia. Ever since I was a little girl, I've wanted to become a Strega. Ah, in that the case, said Strega Nona. Come right in. This is Bambolona. She is learning my magic, too. That's an awfully tall girl with shoes just like Big Anthony's. Bambolona stared at Antonia and then at Strega Nona. How nice, 2 girls to teach, Strega Nona said. She smiled at Bambolona and then she began. To learn a magic and practice it well, she said, you must learn to see and not to see. You must learn to remember and to forget, to be still and to be busy. But mostly, you must be faithful to your work. Do you understand, my dears? See, yes, Strega Nona, said Bambolona. No, said Antonia. When are we going to learn how to do the magic things? In no time, said Strega Nona. Now let's practice some of the magic words. Repeat in the right order after me. Soon Bambolona said all of them by heart. Antonia kept mixing them up. Bambolona learned the cure for headaches. Antonia didn't look like she was giving him a headache. Bambolona learned to make love potions. Antonia didn't. Bambolona learned how to get rid of warts. Antonia didn't. Oh, she gave him 2. Bambolona, said Strega Nona, I think you are ready to learn more powerful magic. This is a special book. It is very ancient and contains many secrets. Tomorrow we will begin with it. Oh, grazie, Strega Nona, said Bambolona. Me too, Strega Nona, asked Antonia. Not yet, Antonia, said Strega Nona. You have other things to learn. That night, while everyone slept, Antonia crept into Strega Nona's house. Bambolona thinks she's so smart, said Antonia. I'll just read that book tonight, and tomorrow I'll surprise her and Strega Nona. The next morning, Antonia was looking very tired. Antonia, said Strega Nona, watch and listen. Come, Bambolona, we will start. Wait, shouted Antonia. I have a surprise. I know some real magic. Watch me turn that iron kettle into a golden one. Are you sure, Antonia? Said Strega Nona, frowning. Oh, yes, said Antonia, beginning to mutter some strange-sounding words, but she stopped. Wait, I remember now, she began again. Be careful, Antonia, warned Bambolona. Magic can't be fooled with. I've got it now, Antonia said. She muttered more words. Suddenly there was a bright flash and some smelly smoke, and the iron kettle was still there. But Strega Nona wasn't. Oh no. Instead, where Strega Nona had been standing, there was a nice big toad. Oh, here are her glasses. Now see what you've done, cried Bambolona. Oh no, shouted Antonia. Oh, help, somebody, Strega Nona, what have I done? Strega Nona warned you to be careful with magic. Now she's gone forever, Bambolona said. Strega Nona, wept Antonia, picking up the toad. Forgive me, please, Bambolona. You're so clever, you're so smart. Change her back again. I'll promise I'll never play with magic again. I can't change that toad into Strega Nona, said Bambolona, but I can change Antonia into Big Anthony. Bambolona pulled off Antonia's kerchief, and sure enough, there was Big Anthony in a big old dress. Oh, I'll never learn, howled Big Anthony. I'll never learn. Oh, Strega Nona, Strega Nona, what have I done to you? Perhaps, said Bambolona, if you really promise, and look, she was never a toad at all, if you really promise to never ever play with magic again, that I will bring Strega Nona back. Do you really think that would work? Said Big Anthony, sobbing. It's worth the try, said Bambolona. Big Anthony put down the toad. He closed his eyes tight and put his hand over his heart. I promise, I really promise, that as long as I live, I will never play with magic again. Just please bring back Strega Nona. There was another bright flash, some smelly smoke, and presto, Strega Nona was back. Where am I? Said Strega Nona. Oh, I'm in my little house. Whatever happened to me? Hello, Bambolona. And why, Big Anthony, what are you doing here? Where's my sweet Antonia? Tell her, Big Anthony, said Bambolona. Oh, Strega Nona, said Big Anthony, falling on his knees. He told Strega Nona what he had done. He was so busy crying and talking, he didn't see the nice big toad hopping past him out the door. Sounds to me like Strega Nona and Bambolona played a big old trick on him. And so Strega Nona, please, he said, if you take me back, I promise to be good. I'll do all my chores and never play with magic again. All right, Anthony, said Strega Nona, smiling, but before you go back to work, change your clothes. You're wearing Senora Rosa's nicest dress. Oh, no. The end. You buddy. Hope you liked it, guys. We shall see you again tomorrow.